This 89 litter, I remember that when this litter was born. Naturally, they weren't the 89s then, but they had a lot of promise. For whatever reason, this was a gilt litter, and she decided to be a knucklehead in the crate, and we lost several of these early. But we're pretty lenient on second chances around here, and I'm glad that we're going to give this sow a second chance based on this daughter. Pedigree here is Oreo on the top side. I'll get to him here in a second. I want to talk about the sow side first. This is a first litter gilt. She's a Baskin. And the grandma here is what I wanted to get to. This is a 61 litter trenches sow. And we've got several influential trenches sows here on the farm right now, and 6110 leads the pack. Impressive sow. She actually just weaned a litter out of Wake Up Call. She was one of the sows that got our limited number of doses on that boar, if that tells you anything about how we feel about that sow. So this is a daughter of her. And then I'll come back to Oreo. Oreo is the calico all-out son at High Point. And, when Boots called from OIE, he was calling really in particular about a calico bear there that was shown that Mollett's bred. And when Boots saw Oreo, he really felt like he was seeing an illusion because he was so typical, comparable, and almost an exact replica of that show Barrett, and that's why we tied in and used him. So I think there's a lot to like here with this particular gilt. Again, there's not many 89s represented, but the quality is very high here in this individual.
Yeah, unquestionable here in terms of where this one excels. And at times it feels like we can get maybe just a shot too aggressive in terms of downsizing, in terms of making these things too clubby. And I think this one brings all of those areas to the right degree. She's got the bone, she's got the fuzz, she's got some of those extras, but at the same time, I think just her lateness and maturity and her added look is going to take her a long, long ways. I mean, when that thing gets parked up and gets strolling across there, it's hard to ignore her view from the side. I mean, that's a gorgeous looking silhouette. Love her skull shape. Love her her tightness of throat. That is a big, 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 hard kind of back shape laid into her. I think her rib cage is right on point. Takes an awesome step from the side. And, like Jesse said, you throw that 61 liter trenches sow in the mix, and then what I thought was just an incredible type of a boar prospect there in Oreo. All that stuff, I mean, just matched up so well in my opinion. And again, you go back to what a lot of them Okies in Texans probably said about All Out when they were buying them 2 falls ago. And I mean, it wasn't always the highest dollar one. It wasn't always the broadest one. It was the good built ones. And I think you apply that logic here with an All Out lineage type of a show gilt, and her maturity's right, her build's right. Just needs a little time and some good luck and some good love. And we're going to be really, really happy with what you got here in 89-8.